Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majewski Studios with your weather update here on your MLK Day, January the 19th, 2026. Well, all eyes are on to the attention for the weekend. Are we going to get a winter storm or not? And in what form will that storm take? That's the big news story here for this week, and we're going to be watching it very closely here at North Georgia Majestic Weather. And before we get into this full report, if you're new here to the channel and you live anywhere here across North Georgia, please consider making this one of your weather sources. So please subscribe to the channel and please hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. And by all means, if you ever have a weather-related question, please post it down below. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look there in Dahlonega. It's a gorgeous afternoon, a bit on the chilly side, but not bad here on your Monday. And I think we'll see a carbon copy day going into your Tuesday as well. Lake Lanier looking pretty good, a lot of sunshine, a few clouds out there, just a few high clouds really, not much there at all, and a nice wind out there, so looking pretty good, although again, a bit nippy outside. Radar is all clear. Should remain that way till about the middle of the week. We do have a weak system coming in for Wednesday and Thursday before we get to the main act going into this upcoming weekend. Now, satellite picture shows we have a weak disturbance back off toward the west. That's actually setting off a little bit of snow there across portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Don't worry, it's losing its punch, and we may see a few high clouds in here for this evening, but should clear out by tomorrow morning and looking pretty nippy here all across North Georgia. Now, afternoon high temperatures today struggling into the 40s. Still 39 degrees up there in Murphy, 45 down in Atlanta, and 45 over into Athens. So a nippy afternoon to say the least. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your models. We're going to first take a look at the short term, the intermediate model here, kind of looking at that next system that's kind of coming at us here as we go into your Wednesday. It's kind of losing its punch. So as you kind of see it moving in here, kind of Wednesday night into Thursday, see some of that rains into that early morning hours. It really kind of loses its punch as it moves throughout the day on Thursday. So we could see some little light rain there on Thursday, and then things will settle down briefly before we watch the next system coming at us here going into your Monday. So let's go ahead and talk about that. We're going to first take a look at the European model. All right, watch that little timestamp there in the upper right-hand corner as we'll see, again, that little weak system pulling on out here. And then we watch this system coming in here then. So it looks like Saturday afternoon, we start seeing a little bit of that light snow here showing up here first up across North Georgia. But it's all of this pink. This is freezing rain that's coming into the area as we go in throughout the day on Saturday and going into Saturday night. So a lot of icing in there, and all the major snow action is off toward the north. And this takes all night to clear, and then finally clears as we head toward the morning there and throughout the afternoon, early afternoon, clearing officially out of the southeast going into Sunday night. So that is the European model. Now, what's it showing as far as freezing precipitation? Well, right now it's showing a pretty good swath of 1 inch plus ice. This would cause a lot of problems here. Almost an inch and a half of ice there will cause a lot of power lines issues and very slick travel on bridges and overpasses, especially if the temperatures drop into the 20s as anticipated. Now, what about other forms of winter precipitation? Let's look at that. Here's the sleet showing just a very minimal amount there between the sleet and the snow. And as far as the overall snow totals are concerned, well, let's look at those. Snow total ratio predominantly up to the north, but very heavy. Look at that snow path there going from Oklahoma into Tennessee and into the Carolinas. It looks like a 1 foot path right through there. Very unusual. And this is the European model, which usually is the most conservative. So it gives you an idea of how serious this storm could be. Now, if this thing shifts in any direction at all, it can make a big difference between North Georgia seeing snow or seeing ice. So the track is critical on this update. Now, as far as the GFS is concerned, it's not nearly as strong with the system. It does kick this out. It does show a little more classic snow to sleet to freezing rain. That's orange in there is basically your sleet zone. The pink is your freezing rain zone. And as this kind of comes on through and you see the snow coming out, so it's showing a little more snow on the GFS for North Georgia than freezing rain. And then this pulls on out. But the time frame is still generally about the same. All right, so coming in on Saturday, maybe a little bit earlier there on Saturday than what the European is showing. And then it clears on out, and then by Sunday, going to Sunday night, we're cleared on through. So basically that Friday to Sunday window is what we're watching here, generally on both models. Now, this one is still showing the freezing rain in here in the area, but not nearly as much. So it's roughly about a ½ inch in here in that zone, so it's a little bit further south, and it's got a sleet zone as well. but very limited. Look at that sleet totals back over toward Texas and Oklahoma. 2.5 inches of sleet. Just amazing to see that. And then as far as the snow total is concerned, not nearly as much as the European, not even close. It does get a little bit more robust as it moves into the Carolinas and coming up maybe up there up across extreme northeast portions of Georgia, showing some pretty heavy snows. But that's about it on those two models. So we got a lot to watch here over the next week. So get ready. There will be some changes, and we'll watch it every day with you. All right, let's look at the forecast maps here. I will tell you this, the Weather Service here with their maps are going pretty conservative on this as we go through this upcoming weekend. Now, we got high pressure going into Tuesday morning. It's going to be quite nippy here across North Georgia. A lot of teens out there. Will be similar to what we saw from last Thursday. So very close to our coldest mornings of the year so far. Wednesday's looking pretty good as we'll warm up briefly a little bit. Then we got that little bit of rain Wednesday night into Thursday. Right now they're showing Thursday cleared out of here. And then Friday, here comes the big dump. So you got this cold dome coming in here, and it's like a big mountain of air coming down. And it's pushing that mild air or different air mass out south of it up. And it's giving us all that precipitation that's kind of erupting in there. And it's developing a low between the very frigid temperatures of the north and the milder temperatures of the south. So we're getting a little low forming in there. And then we got to track that thing as it moves along the Gulf and then moving on out here. So, again, this map's going to change here. Saturday and Sunday really not showing all that much. A lot of green there. Yeah, we'll see about that. And then Monday it does come to an end. So that's our forecast map. So here's our forecast here for your Tuesday. Again, very similar to what we had on Monday, 45-25 there in the Gainesville area. We're going to see a lot of 20s and teens across North Georgia as you wake up there on your Tuesday morning. And daytime highs similar to today's. We'll have some 30s in the mountains, low to mid 40s for everybody else with abundant sunshine and a little bit of a breeze. Regionally looking like this, 39 in Nashville, 54 in Jackson, 50 in Columbus, 56 in Jacksonville, 44 in Charlotte. And as far as the next 7 days are concerned, here's the latest of what I got for you right now. So we got some rain there on Thursday, maybe a few showers late on Friday. And the main action right now looks Saturday night. So we got a 70% there for Saturday night. Wintry mix on Saturday and Sunday. So the temperature on Saturday, the high will probably be early and then falling into freezing temperatures by later in the afternoon into the evening hours. And I'm actually going a little bit below guidance on Sunday. And it's really a ballpark guess on what our temperatures will be on Monday. I'll tell you this much. The American GFS was kicking out a low into the single digits across North Georgia. I think it's taken into account maybe a decent snowpack being put there that would cause that. So it's going to be cold on Monday. It's a question of just how cold that's going to be for right now. So anyway, that is y'all's update for today. Expect changes. It will change. We are pretty confident we're going to get some sort of winter storm here across North Georgia. Question in what form, that remains to be seen. I do favor the European model on a situation like this. It tends to do a little bit better job than the American GFS, but we will watch it closely. All, including the Canadian, all three major global models are showing some sort of winter precipitation coming across North Georgia. We're just nailing down the timing and trying to figure out where that line's going to set up, because it can shift, and it probably will. So we'll watch it closely all week. Best advice I can give you right now, guys, is be prepared, not scared. Make sure you have your supplies, batteries, flashlights, candles. Make sure you got non-perishable food. Make sure you check on the elderly. Make sure you got the pets taken care of. And be prepared if we do get a big ice storm, as the European is showing, that we may be without power for a few days. So again, plan accordingly and do what you feel is best for your family. All right, that's y'all's update for today. You guys take it easy. We can stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next update. Until then, you all take it easy. Bye-bye.